Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is William Hindman, and this is Just Force 911, where we look at how our public officials do in their jobs. What a joke. Hey, subscribe to my channel. Leave a thumbs up, thumbs down, your opinion. Um, Send me a comment because I do check all my comments. I'd like to see what you folks think. Let's get to this. By the way, the black man called because he was having a problem. Never call the cops. It doesn't pay. Um, yeah. And then they come in his house. They start looking around. He goes, "Get the hell out of my house." They say no. He calls 911. They arrest him. Okay. This clown and the other clown arrest him and cost the taxpayers $10 million. $10 million, guys. Your taxpayers paid it. Ain't it great? Oh, you gotta love it. It's like, just get boom right up in there. Yeah, good, great. Piece of shit cops, scumbag cops. Yep. So let's get to this. Oh, by the way, Mystery Crimes it will be in the bottom. This is their video, and go over and show them some love and check some of their videos out, and tell them I sent you guys over there. Sorry, and let's get on this. So here we go.
No weapons. Obviously, we don't know that. You do know that and this is why African Americans have issues with law.
Don't start that. Don't start that. Well, you're in cuffs now because of the way you're acting. What's your problem?
You? Why are you putting your hand up like for me not to speak? You can't help a person if you don't want to listen to what they are saying. But what have I done?
Put down the damn phone.
Why are you
Turn
cursing
around
at
and put
me?
your hands
Why
behind
are
your
you
back.
using profanity
Put your
at
hands
me?
behind your back. I'm about to put you in handcuffs, sir. The cuffs wouldn't be on you if you weren't acting the way you are.
Whatever. Acting by exercising my constitutional
Okay, have a
rights.
seat.
Why? Because you was violating my rights?
We're not violating any rights.
How can you say that?
We did not conduct our investigation.
In a gripping exploration of law and power, let's unveil the explosive clash between an unsuspecting citizen and the L.A.P.D's overreach. When officers Jeremy Wheeler and Jeffrey Yabana storm into Slade Douglas's home without a warrant, their excessive force ignites a dramatic legal battle that tests the boundaries of constitutional rights. Judge's landmark ruling denying the officers qualified immunity could redefine police accountability and reshape future law enforcement practices.
Hi, Doug? Douglas, Mr. Slade.
Yes.
How you doing?
All right.
We got a call from, was it the veterans?
I don't know what they call it for.
Can we come in and talk to you for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anyone else in the house?
No, that's me.
So, I'm just going to make sure nobody else is
No,
in here.
please, no. Hold on, I asked you no.
All right, just
I'm
relax.
about to ask you to leave, because this is my house.
Okay.
Number one, and you just can't walk around.
Let me ask you just a couple questions. Okay. The veterans people, they were concerned, okay, regarding a couple things. One was that you were threatening to commit suicide.
That's not true.
Okay. So what I'm here for is just to make sure you're not going to do something like that. You understand? So if you need our help, that's what I'm here for.
I'm okay.
So we're not here to mess with you, bother you, or anything.
Well, you do understand if you just walk in my place and you just automatically start walking around, and I know y'all wear body cams as well. I'm ex-law enforcement too. If you just come in my place like that and you just start walking around, you have to have my permission to do that.
Slade Douglas, a 48-year-old man grappling with mental health issues and chronic pain, experienced a life-altering event in 2022. His online posts, where he candidly expressed frustration, caught the attention of law enforcement. This led to a fateful night that would forever alter his life.
So I don't appreciate that. You can't violate my rights because you got to call it help.
Okay. Right.
So you're not helping me if you just come in and you automatically start violating.
Well, sir, it was more for, like, officer safety.
No, it's not officer safety because I didn't even have to let you in.
Right.
So, no, don't say right, because it's about my safety, because you're in my domain, and if you're here to help me, you can't say, well, my safety is, because I have no weapons. Obviously,
We don't know that.
You do know that, because I'm asking you to leave. Please leave. I'm asking you to leave.
You don't feel
I know,
yourself?
I'm asking you to leave.
You don't feel like
Please
hurting
leave.
yourself?
I'm asking you to leave my residence.
Well, if you answer this question, then
I'm asking. I'm asking you to leave my residence.
I'm about to put you in handcuffs, sir.
If you do that, that's your choice.
Okay, turn around. Put your hands behind.
Why would you put me in handcuffs?
Turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
What have I done?
You're going to listen to what I said. You're going to put down the phone. You're calling 911, and I'm standing right here.
But what have I done?
Put down the damn phone.
Why are you
Turn
cursing
around and
at
put
me?
your hands
Why
behind
are
your
you
back.
using profanity
Put your
at
hands
me?
behind your back.
Why are you using...
Because you know what? You're calling 911, and we're standing right in front of
But
you.
I'm asking you to leave my residence.
I'm not leaving your place now. Turn around. Put
You
your hands
said you
behind your
came
back.
here to help
I'm not
me.
doing that now. Put your hands behind your back.
On that evening, officers from the Los Angeles Police Department arrived at Slade's home without prior notice. Their aggressive approach and immediate demand for entry left Slade stunned. They claimed it was a welfare check, but their actions soon escalated beyond the intended purpose.
You're calling 911 right in front of us.
Because I asked you to leave my residence.
We can't leave.
You know
We
this.
determined.
You know this. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I
If you
do
were
not.
law
I have
enforcement, then you
rights.
would understand.
Okay. And this is why African Americans have issues with law
Don't start that. Don't start that. That's a bunch of
I asked you
nonsense.
to leave, and you use profanity at someone?
That's okay. I could use that.
Oh, really?
if I
For
want,
someone
yes.
who you concerned about
Yes.
doing something to themselves?
Hey, you know what? When you're not listening to commands, what did you do?
That wasn't a command.
All right.
A command for me to ask you to leave my residency?
You got your...
Command us to do.
I can ask you to leave if you're not supposed. Why are you here? You were here to help me, and
We are here because somebody wanted us to check.
and I told you I was fine. And then you started exacerbating my condition.
You need-
Why are you putting your hand up like for me not to speak? You can't help a person if you don't want to listen to what they are saying. If I ask you to leave because you're exacerbating my disability, which clearly you're aware I'm a person with a disability because you already observed, number one, you see a sign right here that's saying that. Number two,
How do I know what that is?
Yeah. What is that?
oh, well, how do you, what do you
How do you know I don't have one?
The police entered Slade's home without a search warrant. Slade allowed them in out of courtesy, but the officers, ignoring his requests to leave, misused their power. This violation of legal procedures and disrespect for his home was a serious transgression.
You could, but guess what? If you had one and you came in my residency and I
So
came,
you're
hold on
the
one second.
victim here, right? You're the victim here, right?
Well, you guys are victimizing me, and now I'm in cuffs.
Well, you're in cuffs now because of the way you're acting.
Why? I asked
Who
you
else
not
is
to
here?
touch my plate.
Don't-
Why are you grabbing me? I'm not doing anything.
Relax.
I'm in cuffs.
Relax.
But I asked you not to look
Relax.
my plate. Okay, that's a violation.
You-
Stand right there. I can move.
No, you cannot.
Why not?
Because you're in our custody right now. You are being detained.
Okay. I'm doing
We, you know what? You can call up whoever you talk to and tell them, explain to them
Sir, would you please
why
not
we're here.
step on my rug, please? That's a very expensive rug.
Who says I want to step on your rug?
Why are you acting
Are
like
these your shoes?
See, yes, they are.
Okay, good. You can put them on. You have ID with you?
I do, but I need to get it. I can't get it.
Where's your ID?
Would you please remove your hands off of me?
No, I will not.
I'm not resisting.
No, I will not. No, I will not. And I recommend you don't resist. So put your shoes on.
Why would I resist so y'all can
Go ahead,
put my
put your
ass?
shoes on.
That's what y'all want to do anyhow.
What's your problem?
You?
You know what? We came here because you called for help.
I didn't call you. I didn't call you.
Who did you call?
I did not call
Who
you.
did you call?
I didn't call you.
Who do you think they're going to call?
I don't know.
The situation escalated as Slade, despite his polite attempts to explain, faced increasing aggression from the officers. Instead of de-escalating, the police seemed to exacerbate the chaos, turning his home into a scene of intimidation and abuse.
Obviously, I wouldn't want them to call you all.
Well, they did.
Okay.
Okay?
Well,
and now you're in our custody because you're under a mental evaluation.
That's
Okay?
funny. Okay. I'm glad, and the body cams are working too.
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
Where's your ID?
Do you want your ID?
I can't get it because then I'm not going to allow you to go through my things here either.
Okay, so you don't own any weapons.
I already showed you that I had no weapons.
I don't know
told
that.
you that.
I don't know that.
Okay, you don't know anything.
Because I could go looking for anywhere that you might have a weapon if you're going on a 5150 hold.
I shouldn't be on a 5150 hold.
Why don't you?
That's an abuse of authority to put someone on a 5150 hold who has shown no
Are
signs
these
of
your
harming
keys?
themselves.
Are these your keys to your apartment, sir?
They are the keys.
Okay. And I don't believe you are law enforcement the way you're acting.
I can't believe you're law enforcement either.
The officers forced their way into Slade's home, handcuffing him and conducting a search with no clear explanation. Slade, bewildered and frightened, attempted to convey his condition, but his pleas were ignored. The aggressive treatment caused him both physical pain and emotional trauma.
Get out.
You can speak to me in a different tone as well. You don't need to scream. And don't say that I am, because you claim you're supposed to be helping me. It's the right.
These cuffs are just
it's the
fine.
right. And it's not that it's loose, it's the positioning of my arm.
What are you talking about?
I have a, okay, you're aware
What are you
that I'm a
talking about?
disabled veteran,
Are you
right?
sure? Yeah, well,
Okay,
that's what
I
you're
have
saying. to
cervical
me.
radiculopathy.
You see, there's plenty of room there.
No, it's not about the room, it's the positioning of my arm.
Well, how do you want your arms?
I need this cuff to be removed so from the front.
You know what? The cuffs wouldn't be on you if you weren't acting the way you are.
Whatever. Acting by exercising my constitutional
Okay, have a
rights.
seat.
I
I just checked your cuffs. Get
Okay,
in.
it's not the cuffs, it's the positioning of my arms. I requested the accommodation.
That's how the L.A.P.D. does our
No, you can
handcuffs.
also
Have a
make
seat.
so that's the purpose of asking for a reasonable accommodation.
And that was the reasonable
No, the
accommodation.
reasonable accommodation is to reposition my arm because it's exacerbating my
Reposition
condition.
it how?
I need it in the front because it's exacerbating.
That's not how we do. That's not how we do our handcuffs.
Well, the thing about asking for a reasonable accommodation is a policy exception.
No, we don't have a policy exception
Yes,
for
you
that.
do. Everyone
No.
complies by
You can
ADA.
have a
Okay,
separate.
that's fine.
Following this distressing encounter, Slade Douglas sought justice through a legal battle against the L.A.P.D. His case highlighted critical issues in law enforcement practices, raising significant questions about the limits of police authority and the protection of citizens' rights.
Are you going to help me with the handcuffs?
No, look. I'm gonna ask you
Yeah,
something.
he's,
Okay? Well, I want to talk to you
approximately
for a second.
My arm is exacerbated.
Douglas.
I don't want to talk to you.
Because that's what we.
I don't want you to be in handcuffs
I need
any
medical
longer than you have to
attention.
be.
I need medical
Okay.
attention. I need medical. Could you take me to get medical attention?
Yes, you will get medical attention.
I need it immediately.
Okay.
I've asked for a reasonable accommodation for the last 15 minutes.
Douglas,
guys aren't-
you requested a supervisor. I called one.
No, but now it's taking them to. I need
Okay.
medical. I requested an accommodation as well.
Okay.
On the ADA and the California
Okay.
Disability Person.
Okay.
You guys are refusing to do that.
Douglas,
Why you put your hand up like
if
that?
you don't need medical assistance,
I said I need medical attention. I don't know why you would say something different than what I just said. I need medical
Yeah,
attention.
Do you take any medication?
I'm not answering that question. I need medical attention immediately.
Okay. What's your birthday?
I'm not answering that question either.
They're gonna need this information.
I'm already entertaining. What you mean they gonna need it? You already got me in cuffs now? Shit, they gonna find it out anyhow. I'm not answering any of your questions.
You don't want to answer any questions.
I don't have to.
As Judge Mame Ewusi Mensah Frimpong's ruling set the stage for a pivotal legal battle, several crucial questions arise that might pique your interest.
How does the denial of qualified immunity for the officers set a precedent for future cases involving police misconduct? The denial of qualified immunity in this case signals a significant shift in how courts may handle police misconduct claims. By ruling that officers Jeremy Wheeler and Jeffrey Yabana are not entitled to this protection, the judge has opened the door for more accountability in police actions. This decision could inspire more victims of police misconduct to seek justice and could lead to stricter standards for officer conduct across the country.
So you would like me to call you an ambulance?
I need medical attention.
You would like me to call
Whatever
you an ambulance?
procedure that you guys use, I need medical
Okay, can you tell me the...
Yeah, we'll call
what
an
I already
ambulance.
I said it many times.
We'll
Once
call
I
you
requested
an ambulance. Is that what you want?
Okay.
Once I requested a reasonable accommodation was 15
Well, no,
minutes ago.
you got to say what you need. I
No,
don't know what
I
you need.
requested a reasonable accommodation. You didn't grant it. As a result of that, it is
I
exacerbated. I
do
need
not
medical
put. I
attention.
do not put your hands up in front.
Douglas.
That's not going to happen.
Excuse me?
Your hands are not going to be placed in front of you.
Okay.
That's not how we do things.
Well, the whole purpose of a reasonable accommodation is to
We
make a
don't do it
policy
like that.
exception.
No,
You're not even a superior officer. You don't. Okay.
Douglas,
we don't
Why
do it like
what do
that.
you need the ambulance for? For?
My exacerbation of disability, cervical radiculopathy, C5 and C6,
Okay.
due to the handcuffs
Okay.
and the abusive touching that you did as
Okay.
well on the elevator.
Okay.
Legally, the officers' actions raised profound constitutional concerns. The Fourth Amendment protects individuals from unreasonable searches and seizures. By forcing entry and searching Slade's home without a warrant, the officers violated this fundamental right.
The Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution protects citizens from unreasonable searches and seizures, requiring law enforcement to obtain a warrant based on probable cause before conducting searches. In this case, the L.A.P.D. officers violated this amendment by forcibly entering Slade Douglas's home without a warrant, despite being asked to leave. Their actions not only disregarded the legal requirement, but also compounded the violation by using excessive force.
I really could use some help.
Douglas, will you listen to me for a second?
I have been listening.
Okay.
You haven't been listening
I'm
to
not
me.
I'm not here to fight you, argue
You
with you.
already have.
Listen, will you just hear me out for a second?
No, I don't need to hear you. You got me in
Hear
fucking
me for a second.
I don't need to. You don't need to talk to me. I asked for accommodation. You can't help. Don't try to, deviate from what y'all did up there.
It's okay. You can say whatever you like.
I know I can. You don't have to tell me. I already know I can.
Yeah.
How are they? Injuries?
Tell me he's got spine issues from previous injuries.
And from you putting your hands on me, there was an
X45
additional
was
injury as well.
complained of pain.
Okay.
I know, okay.
That's fine.
Disabled military veteran.
Civil penalties for such violations could involve substantial damages, like the $10 million Slade sought. Additionally, criminal penalties might include imprisonment and fines, underscoring the severity of the officer's misconduct.
Apparently, this guy threatened to commit suicide over the phone. Then I hung up the phone, so it generated a call with the VA called us. Get out here. We get up to the apartment. He's in there. He opens the door for us. He actually lets us in. After a few minutes, start just checking, make sure nobody else is in there. We handcuff him because he immediately gets irate. Starts calling 911 on his phone because now he's asking us to leave, but it's like at that point I'm already there, so put him in handcuffs. I'm not able to get a hold of the lady from the VA. Whoever called it in, I have to try to find her extension somehow. But he's just been completely irate the whole time. He's in handcuffs. He wants his handcuffs in the front. I told him he cannot do that. I made sure his handcuffs were loose enough. They weren't restricting any type of issue with his hands or anything like that.
Moreover, the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, was violated by the officers. By failing to accommodate Slade's mental health conditions and physical pain, they subjected him to undue distress, possibly resulting in compensatory and punitive damages.
Injuries from the military, won't answer any of our questions, won't work with us in the slightest, but that's where we're at. Well, to us, at this point, he won't answer any of our questions to do anything. But and then after we got him in handcuffs and anything, I started making the phone calls. MEU says, oh yeah, okay, we'll have a team at the station for you to meet us there. But as far as me verifying what he said with the VA, I can't do that.
Well, then you just meet them. We can do that.
Yeah.
You get checked up by the RA.
Yeah, right.
MEU's down to meet them.
Yeah, MEU's going to meet us there at the station. Okay. All right.
Under the California Penal Code, the officers could face charges of battery and false imprisonment. Battery involves unlawful force, while false imprisonment entails restraining someone against their will. Both charges carry severe consequences.
So what display?
You didn't let us finish our investigation.
What you mean? That's no reason to put someone.
Yes, it is.
Why? Because you was violating my rights?
We're not violating any rights.
How can you say that?
We did not conduct our investigation
What was your investigation?
to see if you needed
And
to
I
be
indicated
placed.
that I was good.
Okay. You didn't let us finish our investigation.
Whatever.
Okay. All right.
The same.
Okay.
Slade Douglas's ordeal and subsequent legal fight against the L.A.P.D. underscore the importance of protecting citizens' rights against unlawful police practices. His case highlights the urgent need for accountability and reform within law enforcement agencies.
Potential long-term effects on law enforcement practices if cities like Los Angeles are held vicariously liable for the actions of their officers could lead to major reforms in law enforcement practices. It may prompt cities to implement stricter training programs, improve oversight mechanisms, and enhance accountability measures to prevent costly legal battles and ensure officers act within the bounds of the law. Such liability could also encourage cities to invest more in community policing and de-escalation training. In a pivotal legal development, Judge Mame Owusi Mensah Frimpong recently denied an appeal by L.A.P.D. lawyers to dismiss the case. Officers Jeremy Wheeler and Jeffrey Yabana are not entitled to qualified immunity, and the city of Los Angeles faces vicarious liability for their actions, highlighting systemic issues within the L.A.P.D. Can justice be served when law enforcers break the law and violate constitutional rights? Will this case lead to greater accountability for law enforcement or highlight ongoing issues in the justice system?
Because I have no weapons. Obviously, you should.
Okay, boys and girls, what do you guys think about this? Because talk about L.A.P.D. overreach. Oh my God. Officer starts walking through his house. He is asked to leave, and he refuses to leave. And then he puts the gentleman in handcuffs when he has medical issues. What a bungled mess. I don't understand why black people have to be abused by law enforcement. It just makes no sense to me. So, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment. I would like to hear what you guys think about this. Go over to the other channel and subscribe to them. And yeah, it's a tragedy. So, thank you, folks, and we'll talk to you again.